We're going to be taking another look at the 2024 college football recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on four-star quarterback Jake Merklinger, who signed with the Tennessee Volunteers. We're going to take a look at his highlights. We're going to take a look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do that, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're covering the 2024 recruiting class every single day this offseason, and you need to know what your players look like before they take the field. Looking at his 24/7 Sports player profile page, if you're here for just the highlights, just fast forward a few minutes, you will get there. But they have him ranked 13th in the class, 11th in the rankings, 4-star prospect in both sets of rankings. That's 24/7 Sports. We're already enrolled with Tennessee, 6'3", 195. So we got some height, we got some length here. We saw 29 offers in the recruiting process, which is a good amount of offers. Power 5 programs are after him. That's a good thing to see. We played in the Polynesian Bowl, and what they're saying is he's an athletic quarterback prospect who has a multi-sport background that happens to be one of the more experienced signal callers in the 2024 cycle. Not only has he posted a 29-9 record as a starter into his senior season, but is also closing into 700 live pass attempts. He's got a lot of experience, he's got some height, and he's athletic, which means he's got some speed, he's got some maneuverability from what we just read here. Has operated primarily out of a single back spread attack on Friday nights and has shown plenty of command in the huddle. Mobile and quick, turns a scramble into a chunk play, but looks more times than not to win from the pocket. So he slings the rock in, he can run it. I'm excited to see his highlights. I'm excited to see what he's working with. We also play baseball. Probably has a gun on him. Probably has a cannon. That's what I'm guessing here. Might be a guy you want to pay attention to. His brother's an offensive lineman for Western Illinois. We're locked in with the Tennessee Volunteers. I wouldn't move off them either. That being said, we're a 4-star prospect here. Going to the recruiting cycle here on 3. 4-star down the line among all the recruiting sites. On 3, has him ranked 24th among quarterbacks. Check the highlights, see why. ESPN 8, Rivals 6. So he's up there on ESPN Rivals. Middle of the road with 24/7 Sports. On 3, has him faded a little bit. 6'3", 195. Michigan State, Georgia, Florida. Some other schools that we're looking at him. Auburn, top-tier Power 5 programs, letting us know that this is a good prospect. Let's take a look at the highlights. Let's see what he's working with here. We have almost 10 minutes of highlights. Let's rock them out. Let's see. I have a mix of his senior and junior year with this. 2 or 3 games from his senior year. And then highlight package of his junior year. So you're going to see a lot of him. We're starting off with his senior highlights. First thing we saw was a little bit of mobility. We're seeing him sling the rock. We're seeing his height. Ball's getting out there, out in front of the wide receiver. That wide receiver's got some length to him. Looking good. Wide receiver looks good. Wonder who he is. Wonder if I've covered him before. It's coming up. He's not scared to throw the jump ball. Gets it out quick. Gets out very quick. The system is a quick 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, now we're moving. Now we're moving. We're rolling. We're rolling. Bam, finds his guy. Took the outlet. Gets it out quick. Back corner. Puts it where he needs to put it. Away from that DB. Looks like he had some command back there. Reading. Right there. Allows his wide receiver to get to the ball to make the play. Stepping up in the pocket. We're looking. We're moving. Are we going to throw it or are we going to go? We're going to throw it. I like that. Keeps his eyes downfield to make the play. We got a good scanner on him. Good visuals. Can read what happens downfield while under duress. Here's the next one. We're stepping up. We're going to run. We got some mobility. Not Mike Vick mobility. But we can extend plays. We can get you a little something on the ground. What I like is he'll throw it out there in front of the wide receiver with good anticipation, allowing him to make the play. Sometimes on a couple of these, a little too far out, but his intention is to get it out in front of that wide receiver so he can catch it in stride and get the yak, not come back to it, not have a floater for that DB to get to. Like if I'm going to miss big rather than miss short and get it picked off. That's what I'm noticing on the deep balls. He's got a strong arm as well. Things get out quick. Here comes the rush. Gets it out quick. Knew where his outlet was. Knew where to go. Now we're moving. That was a fun play. He is athletic. He does move well. There we go. We're rolling. Keeps his eyes downfield. That was a good pass considering it was on the run, considering he had a guy in front of the wide receiver, a guy behind him, kind of circled off by defenders. Zips that one in. You also got to look at the system of the offense, and it's kind of varied. A lot of RPO, a lot of quick stuff, but there are some plays where it has to be extended out. Like here we go. Some timing. Boom, like that. Quick and go. Which is fine. We're rolling. Boom. Gets it out. You see that little window of defenders by him? He will make the tough attempt. For sure. He'll fit that in the window. With some accuracy. Steps up, rolls out a bit. We're looking downfield some more. Boom. Gets it downfield. Cuts it up. Gets to the end zone. He could be a sneaky quarterback in a few years. It's going to be a few years, though. Considering the depth chart right now at Tennessee. But, ooh, that was money. Downfield, no wobble to the ball, out in front of the wide receiver, like I said earlier. He wants that wide receiver to catch it in stride. He'd rather miss big than miss short. Gets in his hands. There we go. Out in front of him a bit. Wide receiver has to slow up a tad. There we go. Looking solid. He's a solid quarterback. He's good. He's got an arm on him. He's got an arm. We're starting to see it more in the highlights. There we go. We're running. Also, the first set of highlights, they weren't highlights. They were highlights from games. They were highlights, I guess, but they're from 3 games of his senior season, the one that had the most film to it on his huddle. Now we're seeing more. So we're seeing more out of him in the highlights because he's showing more. He's got a cannon. He's got a deep ball. Gives it to the wide receiver. Steps up in the pocket. Keeps his eyes downfield. Finds his guy. I like him under duress. Because he knows he has the ability to run with it and get a little bit of yards. But he keeps his eyes downfield and finds the guy open. He's good at that. He's going to get that corner. He's an overall good quarterback. He's a good high school quarterback, good prospect, a good recruit. Quarterback's the hardest position to nail. I don't know, some of these, he's a little bit behind the wide receiver on some. Some of them he's perfect. Step back. Watch his feet. Flawless throw. Nice ball. Nice catch. Nice catch. Putting it in a position where the wide receiver has to make a play, but the DB can't get to it. He has good placement on a lot of these. Good. Yep, that's where I'd put it. towards that sideline away from that DB. He is very cautious. He is very cautious with where he places the football, especially downfield. It's one thing I'm noticing. Behind him a bit, but like in a spot where the DB can't really get to it, so that might be intentional. Nice little flick while under duress. Out in front of him. Nice ball. He's got a pretty ball. He moves well. I'll say he's got functional mobility, and what I mean by that, he doesn't just take off. When things are tough, he keeps his eyes downfield. And if it's not there, then he goes. I'll say that. He's rolling out here. Looking for where to go. Slings it out. The next one, looking to the right. Boom. To that back corner. Hitting his wide receivers. He's looking good. He's looking good. Looking solid. He's got a gun on him. Like I guessed. Like I guessed from reading the scouting report. Moves well. Slings it down. I think at times he locks on, but I think part of that's situational too. Like right there, you knew he had that wide open space. Finds his guy. Solid quarterback prospect. Solid recruit. I'll say that much. Good arm. Tough in the pocket. Really works on his anticipation and getting the ball out in front of his wide receivers. It's not always going to be perfect that way, and that's just part of life as a quarterback. Like right there. Perfect. Out in front of him. Almost perfect. Did he throw a pick or did he get a pick? What's going on? I wasn't expecting to see a pick. Hey, we're at DB. That's why. We making sticks? We making sticks? He got an interception. That's why I was confused. I wasn't expecting to have the switch up there on the last two plays. But we're also looking at a quarterback here with a lot of upside. And we're going to a situation where he can develop and learn, watch what's in front of him, and he knows that going in. So we're going to be seeing a quarterback here that will get his opportunity later down the road, but he's got arm talent. He can move in the pocket. He's smart. He keeps his eyes downfield. He's got a gun on him. He throws lasers. He throws moonballs. He's accurate downfield. He throws it into windows. He works on his anticipation because we saw that on the tape. He leads his wide receivers more often than not. Sometimes it's not perfect. He's a high schooler. You got to understand that. But we're working on that, and you're seeing him work on that in the clips, his senior year and junior year, pushing the ball downfield. He likes to get vertical. He likes to get his reads quick, but he will go through his progressions because we see that. There's a lot of upside here. Now he's just got to tap into it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.